As we commemorate the International Anti-Corruption Day, let's take note that transparency, accountability, and the fight against corruption must underpin our collective efforts to deliver for people and planet. These elements are essential for efforts to plug the leaks, curb wastage, and tackle poverty, also address inequalities, improve the investment climate, improve inadequate service delivery, and ensure energy access, affordability, and transition. This is all part of our determined drive to achieve the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and South Africa's own National Development Plan. Without these, the sustainable development that we aspire, which also seeks to leave no one behind, is impossible. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has said, corruption is the ultimate betrayal of public trust. That's why we need to, individually and collectively, stand up truly against corruption today and every day. The United Nations in South Africa is therefore working with the government and all segments of society to improve governance and the capacity of the state to deliver for its people at all levels. All must play their part in this whole of society and whole of economy effort. We are and must all be change agents to bring about zero tolerance for corruption in all sectors of society. Only in this way will South Africa become the prosperous state that leaves no one behind and champions integrity, accountability, and transparency, as well as selflessness over greed, inequality, and poverty. A state, as I said earlier, that leaves no one behind.
In 2003, the world came together to adopt a landmark agreement, the United Nations Convention Against Corruption. For 2 decades, this convention has stood as a resonant global commitment to fight corruption and as a highly effective platform to carry out that fight. The convention has united the world around a common vision for integrity, transparency, and accountability. We celebrate the International Anti-Corruption Day to raise awareness on corruption and to promote the role that the convention has in addressing it. And as we mark 20 years of the convention, and at a time of deep global division, the values that it promotes are more important than ever. Therefore, on this day and beyond, I would like to encourage all parties that we continue to build a South Africa that is united against corruption.
Transparency, accountability, and anti-corruption are key to achieving all the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and the National Development Plan. SDG 16 on peace, justice, and strong institutions promotes access to justice, building effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions, as well as reducing bribery and corruption. Building a capable, developmental, and ethical state is one of the government priorities during this midterm strategic framework period of 2019-2024. Poor governance and corruption are major bottlenecks to human development. Therefore, we must all fight to eliminate it in all its forms and wherever it rears its ugly head. We need to build and strengthen the credibility of public institutions to deliver on the needs of the citizens. The release of the report on allegations of state capture early in 2022 paved the way for speedy arrest of the cancer of corruption and maladministration. We need to do more and with urgency. More importantly, we must all work together with communities that bear the brunt of corruption and maladministration. Happy 20th anniversary to the UN Convention Against Corruption.
Tackling corruption is the first step towards building a better and more equal South Africa for all. And one way of working together to address corruption is to ensure the strengthening of governance institutions at all levels, in line with the vision of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which stresses the provision of justice to all and building of effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions. Armed with these strong institutions, including institutions supporting constitutional democracy in South Africa, we can channel resources towards the full realization of human rights for all, rather than a privileged few. Ultimately, as we work towards the progressive realization of basic economic, social, and cultural rights, whilst upholding the core human rights principles of accountability, non-discrimination, and meaningful participation will be able to transform South Africa into a just, more equal society in which everyone can live with equal wealth and dignity.
One of the key elements to sustainable development is to ensure decent work for all. Youth employment, social protection, gender equality, labor migration, and the advancement of labor standards are key in this regard. Corruption can negatively impact these processes and employees in all sectors. For instance, nepotism in hiring process and bribery at the client interface are common, yet avoidable risks. By promoting social dialogue, due diligence and performance management, as well as ethical standards in all working places, we can prevent and fight corruption and contribute to the achievement of SDG 8 on ensuring decent work and economic growth.
The United Nations family in South Africa is truly honored to celebrate the International Anti-Corruption Day with the people and government of South Africa. We encourage you all to join the celebration, raise your individual and collective voices against corruption today and every day. We thank you.